An engine failure on a Boeing 777 flight led to an emergency landing in Colorado. This morning, we take a look at the terrifying video from inside the plane.
And we're taking you outside as the sun comes up. Notice how much less snow is already on the ground as our temperatures continue to rise.
And the U.S. has reached nearly 500,000 deaths due to the coronavirus. This morning, we've got the latest on the push for a new COVID relief bill.
Up with KREM begins now.
Hey, this one's for you skating fans. It is your last chance to go skating downtown this week. Safety measures are still in place, of course, at the skate ribbon, which means the reservations are required along with hats and gloves. You can make a reservation on their website right now. I gotta ask, Jeremy, did you ever get a chance to go out to the skate ribbon this season?
Nope.
Nope. Dana Marie?
Not this season.
Oh.
I did walk by it this weekend and it looked like a lot of fun. But I wonder why they're shutting it down. It seems like it's still cold enough to go ice skating for a while.
I guess that's a good question we could ask, yeah.
Actually, you know, as the meteorologist, I guess I can explain a little bit of something. One of the things is that it actually is supposed to be pretty warm this time of year. By now, our average daytime high temperature is in the low 40s. So it would make sense that on a typical weather pattern, they just wouldn't be able to keep the ice.
Got it. Thanks for that, Jeremy.
Yeah, there you go.
Kind of nerd out on a Monday morning. But speaking of nerding out on a Monday morning, yeah, there we go. You guys ready for a little bit of weather as we head out the door? I hope so, because there's a lot to talk about. Let's start with warm temperatures. We are in the 30s, not just the 30s, the upper 30s this morning. 37 here in Spokane, 40 in Coeur d'Alene. Whoo-wee, it's warm. Pullman, Moscow, temps near 40 as well. And even as you make your way over toward the Cascades, temps hanging comfortably in the 40s. That's thanks to the wind. Strong wind out of the west and southwest is bumping those temperatures up depending on where you are. You're closer to the Cascades, it's more westerly. That's the perfect way to bump your temps up. You're closer to us, well, that's more southerly. That's the perfect way to bump our temperatures up. And with wind expected to stay strong throughout the day and those wind gusts expected to stay up near 40 miles per hour throughout the day, well, just expect it to be a windy and warm kind of day. For those wind gusts, though, we have a wind advisory, that's wind advisory, in place until 7 p.m. here for Spokane, and that's for those strong winds. Those are expected to continue throughout the day. A little bit of moisture expected. Most of that stays in high elevations. We might squeeze a couple of raindrops out here in town, but that's really going to be about it. Quickly moves out, and then, well, it's back to those higher elevations. Those mountains, well, they force an upward motion in the atmosphere, and that upward motion causes that moisture to cool and condense and form into clouds and eventually rain. I don't know if we see much here, but we could see a little bit later on today and then early tomorrow morning as well. But for the most part, you're going to notice those temps. We're in the upper 40s later on this afternoon.
You really love doing the weather, don't you?
I kind of do.
Yeah, we can tell, man. I hope you all know that.
Oh, well, thanks.
Yeah. Hey, 6:33 this morning, all mountain passes between Spokane and Seattle are closed as we take a live look at what Snoqualmie Pass looks like right now. Of course, White, Stevens, and Snoqualmie passes are all closed due to avalanche danger. Experts plan to reassess conditions this morning around 8 a.m. As you see, no activity going on this morning by way of traffic. Of course, we'll keep you updated with the changes right here on Up with KREM.
Today, President Biden plans to make remarks during a candlelight event to mark 500,000 Americans' lives lost due to COVID-19. Now, the number of U.S. cases so far have now surpassed 28 million. That's about a quarter of the reported cases worldwide, according to Johns Hopkins. Meanwhile, the Biden administration is pushing ahead with its plan to get $1,400 stimulus checks into the hands of struggling Americans. The president's nearly $2 trillion COVID relief plan could get a vote in the House as early as this week. Now, after that, it would move on to the Senate, where the budget reconciliation process would allow it to pass with a simple majority.
We want to give you a look this morning at this terrifying moment caught on camera. We're looking at video shot from inside a Boeing 777 flight over Denver. And this shows one of the plane's engines on fire before the plane was forced to make an emergency landing. Now, no one was reportedly injured as debris rained down over a Colorado town when that engine caught fire. But a home security camera caught the sound of a boom, followed by a piece of the engine falling on a car in Broomfield, and a number of other points of debris also falling out throughout front yards of homes and even into a soccer field at a local park.
It sounded like a war zone around here.
Next thing you know, we heard another big bang and looked out our front window right as the engine cowl rolled into the tree.
Stunning video this morning as United Airlines says it will immediately stop all flights by its fleet of 24 Boeing 777 planes that have this type of engine. In the meantime, the FAA says it will require stepped-up inspections of 777 planes that have these engines. The cause of that engine failure is still being investigated.
6:36 now. It's time for your speed feed stories you'll see on social media today. Now, Girl Scout treats for your feet. K-Swiss is launching a line of Girl Scout themed cookie shoes in 3 different styles. Now, the Thin Mint edition comes in a light green suede. The Samoa shoes come in burnt orange with neon laces, and the classic trefoil version arrive in subtle beige. The cookies kicks can be picked up starting March 4th. Now it's making me hungry this morning. Those are kind of fun. All right, a koala in eastern Australia has received the world's first prosthetic foot, especially designed for the marsupial. Triumph was born without a right foot. He was rescued in 2017 in northern New South Wales. A local prosthetic has heard of Triumph's dilemma and volunteered to build him a working prosthetic foot. And Ken Jennings' run of the guest host of Jeopardy is over. Tonight, the show's executive producer, Mike Richards, takes over through March 1st. Like Jennings, Richard will donate an amount equal to contestants' cumulative winnings during his tenure as host to a charity. What a cool way to kind of create this sense of community and the transition into finding a host.
I still remember getting chills when he came on and he started off by just saying things like he missed Alex and that he joined us and all being sad that he had to take the role. But of course, I think he's done a really good job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally. But can we go back to those shoes? Your boy needs some Thin Mints on his feet.
Yes, please. That makes 2 of us.
Yeah, for sure. Dana Marie, which of those 3 would you put on your feet?
I like the Thin Mints. I also like orange and pink, so maybe that's my shoe. That's actually what my room back at home.
I just think it would be great if all 3 of us had matching Thin Mint style shoes.
Yeah,
Let's
I'd be
tweet at them.
Wow, that's really high.
One more time, Jeremy. One more time.
All right, here we go. There we go. Just had to stretch it out.
Is that how you do weather?
It's got to be a mic thing. I'm just not hearing it. One more time.
Imagine these, but green.
Got it.
But green.
Okay. Hey, Jeremy's down, so we're moving on. Hoop Fest and Spokane Parks are teaming up to create a new basketball tournament in Spokane. After the break, event organizer Matt Santangelo joins us live on air. We'll talk to him about how you can sign up.
I'm back. All right, we're taking you outside. We're talking a windy morning, warm temperatures, and avalanche danger in the mountains. We've got a lot to talk about coming up after the break.